Faders of the Lost Art.
All right, welcome to Faders of the Lost Art live at Namm 2026. We are on day 2. It's been an amazing day 1 so far. We're just starting out day 2, first episode of the morning. I'm here hosted by Dutch and Dutch, amazing speakers, Cloud Mics, Arturia, Odysseys, Steven Slate, VSX is amazing, all amazing equipment, all stuff that we use in the studio, so definitely check them out. Without further ado, I'm accompanied by a star-studded cast, individuals that are at the top of their game. They're designing, creating, making the tools that we use to make music, and amazing musicians as well. Heavy hitters, double, triple entendre, however you want to call it. These guys are the real deal. On my right, I have Maro from Bettermaker. Legendary equipment. If you know an engineer that hasn't used Bettermaker, that's not an engineer. Ken Lewis. Need I say more? The credit list is like movie credits. Just all his credits. So, my boy Ken Lewis. Pulling us. Jade Berry. What's up, Jade? She's been killing it. Jason Derulo, on and on and on. List of credits at the heavy. Let's go. Connor C.H. Carroll, my boy, mastering. This is so, I don't know if you guys noticed, a lot of mastering vibes going on. So we're building something here, right? Andrew Rynhard, my man. For those of you that don't know, Natural Audio AL1 is one of the most talked about limiters this year. So big ups on that. Congrats on that. We look forward to seeing all the cool new things we're developing as well. So big thank you guys for joining me. Got a little intro background music right here because we're live on the floor, baby. That's how we roll. We don't care. We getting it. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? How we doing?
Doing all right.
Good morning. Everybody got their coffee in?
Oh, yeah, I've had coffee.
I had about 7 cups just to wake up. Yesterday was popping. What's going on, guys? So we're doing like a little bit of mastering-oriented vibes. So give me your favorite plugin and your favorite piece of outboard gear to use on a master. Start with you, Andrew.
Man, obviously I'm going to come off biased. But I think a limiter is probably, as a mastering engineer, is probably the most important tool, I would say. So obviously I'm going to go with the AL1. I built it because it has the sound that I want.
Awesome.
Favorite outboard gear? Oh, that's a good question. Probably my NIF Exa.
NIF Exa, yeah. NIF Ohad. You know, Ohad Nissan, he mentioned that as well.
Yeah.
That NIF stuff, it's a praiser.
He's sick. Auntie make fantastic gear.
Sick. What about you, Connor?
Plugin wise, I'm gonna have to say the AO1 is
Sick.
changed my entire workflow. And then for outboard gear, I'm all in the box, but if I had to choose, probably the Fairman TMEQ.
One more time.
The Fairman TMEQ.
Sick. Fairman TMEQ. I've never heard of that. I got to check that out. That's why you're here, baby, showing you all the sauce that you don't really hear about. What about you, Jade?
I mean, I'm not a mastering engineer, but I do limit my mixes. So
And you do use a lot of outboard.
I do use a lot of outboard. Man, the Bettermaker mastering limiter, B2, that thing's a beast.
Sick. So you can't say it. She already said it.
Okay, I didn't figure something out.
I knew. Then plugin-wise, I really love the DMG for PMG EQs, just like all whole collection. They're pretty phenomenal.
DMG is sick. Yeah. What about you, Ken?
I mean, for me, it's always been color and control, the Manley Vari-Mu, both the plugin and the outboard. And as a finishing box internal, it's usually lately like Fab Filter Pro L1 or the AL1 or sometimes Slate FGX2, an outboard. I use my Manley outboard, but it's not a finisher. Outboard would be the Bettermaker version 2.
Sick. See, we got a lot of common themes going on. AL1, Bettermaker. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but these guys are taking over. They are literally leading the game when it comes to limiting when it comes to mix bus, master bus chain. You know, what about you, Maro?
Okay, so I will go another way. So for me, the best mastering plugin will be the Metric ID.
Yes. Every session without fail.
That is so, yes. So basically, to compare my mixes, to see what's happening, for the correlation, for the metering, basically for me, mastering is all about preparing the file to be ready or stream ready. So basically, without metering, we are nowhere. So
right, exactly. And man, I literally use Metric AB on every session, and then all 16 slots filled in, and I have like different playlists, rock, EDM, pop, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. 2024, 2025, 2026. Every year I make, the pop of this year, and that's like, and then that thing is just incredibly useful. I just recommended it to a client of mine who was looking for some metering action. And of course, first things first. What else? Outboard.
Well, for the outboard, I will say okay, you already said my limiter, so I won't be rendering. So it will be the Overstayer MAS.
Oh yeah, the Overstayers, next level. Not a lot of people know about it. Yeah, but the ones that know it's the heavy hitter. Yeah, Jeff is really good. So, what are we doing on low end, everybody?
I just started using bass control inside of Ozone 12. Okay, and change the weight of it and still adjust, have the adjustable parameter for the punch.
Sick, dude.
So helping me control it, but still being able to make it loud without blowing out the mix.
Yeah, the new, every new Ozone, you're like, I don't need to update it, but it's like, every new Ozone comes with some sauce, right? So you always got to stay up to date, go grab those new tools, and it's like, the tools that they do add are not fluff. They definitely come in handy, so that's awesome, dude. Anybody else? What are you doing on low end?
Okay, so easy. ShaperBox free with the distortion. That there's a soft clip, I believe, and I just throw it on I have my own setup, only from 300 up, and I just throw it in and mix it a little bit, and I have a new an octave higher bass already. Going through the small speakers, and the interesting thing that I still, up to today, I use the RBass.
RBass.
Yep.
RBass. Yeah. Jason Joshua, baby, still uses that, and low air,
I mean, for me, it's my own plug-in mixing night audio LOLComp, the low-end chain. I mean, I designed it to be my low-end chain. So you put it on and it already fattens it up a little bit. And it's like, if you put an 808 through it, there's somewhere on the dial that you want that 808 to sound perfect. And if you want it really buzzy or destroyed, buzzy is about 1 o'clock, destroyed is about 5 o'clock, controlled is anywhere from 7 or 8 to noon.
Nice.
And it just locks it in, fattens it up, and then you have a tilt. And if you have the 808 control that you want, then you can tilt it left, and that tilts it heavy. And all of a sudden you get this push out of the low end that you can't get anywhere. I can't get that out of an EQ. I can only get that out of a tilt.
That's crazy, Joe. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, tilt game. Paul Wolf, Ken Lewis put me on tilt game. Man, you don't just need to be shelving. When you tilt the mix, it really does a lot. I'll go with mine. What are we talking about low end? Oh, Blue Cat Audio. Blue Cat Destructor. The Destructor by Blue Cat is slept on, but that thing, you'll see. Open it up. Just all you got to do is click through a couple times. You'll see what I'm saying. I won't give you too much because it's just too easy to use. So
I got to check that out.
Okay, so there's this trick I do on the mastering limiter where I'm using the color section. So if you find the fundamental frequency of your bass and your kick, and usually mine's around it's usually around the 50, 60-ish. And you lock in just at 10%, 10% mix, 10% drive.
Okay.
It'll give you those psychoacoustics. It'll make your kick punch through without eating up headroom. So I lock it in early, kind of a top down style. Just I usually just lock in some mix bus stuff and then mix the way up.
Top down, yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of my favorite things. The coloring and the limiter is what makes it irreplaceable for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So go ahead.
I don't know if we were going down the line or not, but
Yeah, you're the only one left. Let's do it.
I'll go. My angle obviously is maybe not obviously, but mastering. So, I like to keep it minimal and straightforward. I am a big fan of EQ, just EQing, but paying special attention to like the 40, 30, 50 hertz range, and contrasting that with like the 125 to 180 range. Okay, making sure they play together very well, and then just pushing into a good.
Are you doing like fundamental frequency boost kind of deal?
I'm a big fan of turning knobs until I'm feeling it.
Okay.
So I'm not going to get too heady about it.
Okay.
I know something's down there until when I feel it, I'll know. And if it happens to be fundamental, great. If it's not, then great.
Right.
Just getting that bloom and that punch kind of working together.
Yes.
Listening closely, keeping it with EQ is just my way to go.
Sick. Dude, I like that. Sometimes, you don't have to overthink it too much. Just turn it up.
Yep.
That's awesome. So how do you guys get your kick to not fight with your bass? I guess for mastering, you don't have to worry about that too much. Like how do you right? Like, so how do you, like, let's say you have, I guess it would be EQ, right? So what kind of EQ moves would you do to either accentuate or pull back your kick versus your bass, or how do you like deal with like really dialing in that low end?
It's something dynamic at that point, whether it's dynamic EQ or whether it's multi-band compression. It just has to be, because it has to kind of live with the music. You can kind of do some notching to maybe create some space between them. It's so contextual, it's hard to give a prescription, but most of the time it's some form of multi-band or dynamic EQ to just kind of figure out how they play off each other.
Got you. I mean, for me, it's the Alex Jemay trick. It's he showed us like if you have an 808 and you have a kick hitting with the 808, put Soothe or Soothe 2 on the 808 and sidechain it to the like kick source,
Right.
and then set your detector so that you're only detecting the low frequency, like where the fundamental of the kick is, that you really want the kick to speak in those ranges.
Right.
And then I just kind of, I don't look at any frequencies above that, and then I boost wherever the fundamental of the kick is, and then I just dial in the knob until I get the amount of reduction that gives the kick drum space with the 808, but doesn't make the 808 feel like it's hiccuping and disappearing.
Yeah.
And man, you can get a lot more impact out of the kicks that way. And still keep that 808 like big and heavy.
And you can go as drastic or as light as you want. That thing is really, unlike the C6, which is like, it's like kind of one trick pony. This one is like,
and it's
so really
it's frequency dependent. Yeah. So it's not pulling everything out. It's only pulling the frequencies out that the kick drum wants to live in just for that moment.
And it'll like frame it up.
Yeah.
It'll like move with it. It's sick.
Yeah, and it happens so quickly the ear doesn't perceive that the 808 has gone away for a second. Yeah. And you can get that 808 to stay big and heavy down there without fighting with the kick drum.
So what are some of the issues that, as mastering engineers, you come across the most?
Heavily limited mixes where it's already ducking the low end and just making the whole mix just go in and out every hit.
How would you solve that? Just tell the mixer to either take the limiters off or back off a little bit?
That another thing that came with Ozone 12 was the unlimiters. So it'll recreate the transient, not maybe squished.
Unpumper, unlimiter.
I heard about the decklist and in Isotope, but unlimiter?
Yeah,
I have to look into that.
it's magic.
That's pretty sick. That's sauce, boys and girls.
I would just say balance. I'm a big fan of a balanced mix, and I'd say 9 times out of 10, it's figuring out how to balance the low end and the high end, the really lows and the really highs.
Right.
I'm in Austin, Texas, so I get a lot of country music, and they're not limiting their mixes like crazy. So it's definitely balance and just trying to get things to just pop a little bit more.
Yeah, a cohesive mix, like frequency wise, you can push the heck out of that, as opposed to if you have a very unbalanced mix, the second you try and push it, that the top, whatever top be volume wise, is gonna start, getting totally smashed way before the lower volume section is gonna even get touched. So
I find that a lot of people in independent land don't treat their speakers in their room, and they just figure like, well, the mastering engineer is going to save me, and then they send this like steaming crap pile to the mastering engineer, and they're like, I mean, it sounds good in my room, and it sounds nothing in my room like it does.
It's actually hilarious. I have a fantastic analog chain, and a guy turned my master down to just his Ozone limit. They fall in love with it.
Yeah, they do. Loud is bad.
It's better.
It's always better.
And they just fall in love with their speakers. I mean,
right. And you don't know what they're listening to. So when you send a properly mastered, well-balanced, amazing master back, and they're listening to it on their system,
it doesn't sound balanced because their room is unbalanced.
Right. The bass is huge and
crazy. Yo, shout out Big Lou in the building. My sugar. Big Lou.
Oh, that's sick.
There's shots on Cloud mics. Y'all make sure you check out the new mini Cloudlifter. Oh, mini. Hey. You see this? It's tiny. No, but for real.
I'm a fan of those, man.
For real though, look, this is the new Cloudlifter mini. It's literally the same as the OG Cloudlifter, but in a tiny little, package. And you
showing them your mini?
It's great. Yeah. I show my little 2-incher.
So that's why he's Big Lou, and you.
That's why I'm mini. My man. No, a big shout out to Dutch and Dutch. Thank you guys so much for hosting us. Big shout out to
Thank you, Dutch and Dutch.
brothers at Cloud Microphones. This has been epic so far. Epic Namm. What is your favorite thing you've seen at Namm so far?
Make Believe has a couple new plugins coming out. So
Tell us.
Reverb, a
little bit of everything.
I'm thinking.
His natural limiter.
Yep.
I'm thinking still because I'm in Austin, so I don't get a chance to meet all these people. I don't live in LA, so a lot of it for me has been really just meeting people. That's been the most exciting for me. Like, people I see and just having a good time.
Same. This is your first Namm?
Yes,
mine.
So sick. Congrats, Namm virgins. So for all of you that don't know, Namm is for musicians. It's our musical new year. Like, this is where our year starts. Like, you have Christmas and New Year's with the family, and then you come over here, and this is the musical new year with your music family, So it's like, it's a tradition. It's a whatever you want to call it. But this is like where my year starts. Like the first, 20 days of January don't count. This is where my year starts.
And everyone has been very, very nice, very much like family. Very cool people. Super excited.
Yeah, it is. It becomes family. These are your, your family and your fellow companies and friends, and you all become friends. And it's like, this is our family. We've been making music together, gear together. I've been using your gear for over 10 years. You know what I mean? So it's like family,
Absolutely.
And also getting to know the people that make your gear is essential and quintessential in my opinion. It's like, if I know that so-and-so is kind of a I might not use as a thing, even though it's the new hottest thing. Well, guess what? There's 7 other hot things that I could be using. So I really do feel a connection to the gear I use and the people I use, and I smile when I'm like, oh, he's got my back. Yeah. He's gonna take care of me on this mix.
Yeah,
like he knows what he's doing, and he's a cool, like, bro, I'm gonna use his gear. This is what this mix needs, and funny enough, that emotion comes through the music. Right? It's all energy. Well, I'm just moving energy, so it's like you hear that. You hear when it's fake, and you hear when it's real.
Yes.
Right. So definitely audio new year for us here at Namm, and we're grateful to be here all the time, every year. It's just nothing like you've ever seen before. So if you haven't made it out here, you've got to put it on your bucket list.
It's great.
100,000 music makers. It's insane.
The craziest thing I've seen on this floor so far was the Pioneer Retrofit Atmos for car stereos. So they can take a 4-speaker car stereo system and you can pop in an aftermarket Atmos streaming radio, and you can stream Apple Atmos to 4 speakers and localize it to the driver. You can't have like the best experience in both the driver and passenger, but you can switch to see who has the best experience.
Nice.
But like the driver's seat experience, they're playing stuff that's like full circle panning slowly, so you can really feel if it's actually moving.
That was my
like
that would be my question is like, so how do they, what is the center? Who is the,
when you're
just pick it. That's
when you're on when you're in driver mode, where I was, it feels like being in center listening position in my studio.
That's insane.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't quite as clear, but it was like, fuck, they did it.
So is the car check making a comeback? Is the car check making a comeback for you?
Yeah.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
I mean, just the experience of it, it sounded incredible. Yeah. It really did. I was blown away. I was like, okay. And they said it's like available in April for about $1,300.
Wow.
Like, all instant. Yeah, that's
awesome. That's awesome.
So what else? Is it hardware or?
Yeah, like an aftermarket like
head
radio
unit.
front.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Head unit in the radio.
They're showing that over at Cadillac, right? It's a Cadillac?
Pioneer.
Right next to the Metric Halo Make Believe.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Yeah, it's Pioneer booth. They have 2 cars set up. And check out the minivan.
Okay.
The minivan. Yeah,
Minivan.
It's like more of an SUV kind of thing, but the fucking system in there was nice.
Sick. What else have you guys seen that's impressed you?
The red Distressor,
Oh yeah?
because they are retrofitting with the Distressors, how they sound. As Dave told me that the new Distressors have different parts, but the red Distressor has the parts that were when we fell in love in Distressor.
Wow, that's
check that out.
That's good, man. That's awesome.
Speaking of red, the red mixing system.
Yo, that's how I was gonna mention. Yeah. So amazing.
You said you're going to get
What
one.
is
I
that?
want to get one.
So red, it's the
TG Limited. Yeah, they made a EMI desk. They're recreating EMI desk, totally modular. You could buy one channel at a time. You could buy the like sends, the groups and send section, add the the control room section.
Very smart.
Yeah, very cool stuff.
Interesting.
Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, and it's only day 2. We still have a lot more time to go.
The
It's
Dutch
first-
6Cs are here.
That's right.
I mean,
One of the
if you haven't heard those yet, woo.
One of the biggest announcement is the 15.
Oh my God, those things.
I'm scared for them to turn those on.
3 15-inch subs in one single box.
It just looks crazy.
Sealed enclosure.
Looks scary.
It does.
But the way they were telling me is like part of the charm of them is that it's incredibly accurate down to very low volumes.
Yeah.
So the part of the idea is that you can mix really detailed and accurately at low volume with, I'm assuming those and some near fields, like Etsys or something.
That's super appealing to me. I'm not a big fan of being.
Oh no, it's the 8Cs were a game changer for me. I could probably turn it down 6 more dB and work really comfortably and turn it up and go like, yep, still sounds like my mix. Back down.
Sounds awesome. Save your ears a lot. And the detail and clarity goes all the way down for volume.
I mean, when you're thinking about a long-term career at this and wanting to preserve your ears and not develop tinnitus, the ability to work at low volume for extended periods of time and trust your decisions is just incredibly important. And I'm 55 and I still have no tinnitus and I don't plan on ever having it. That's a choice. And I've always worked at lower volume whenever I can, and whenever I don't have control of the volume, I'm walking out of the room if it gets too loud.
That's a great question. What dBSPL are we mastering at or mixing?
Usually 80, 85.
80, 85?
I don't really have a.
Goes up and down.
I'm about 85 to 93. I like to push it like usually right around 90 is where I like measure my pop mixes.
I start loud as fuck.
Yeah.
Like volume on 10 so that when I push a fader up, it hits like -20 instead of -5.
Yeah.
Sick.
Make sure automation's not going to snap anything up. But volume all the way up on 10. And then for the first half an hour, I'm mixing very loud and very fast. And I'm getting as much into the mix as I possibly can. And then once I feel like all of my balances are close enough that I'm not going to really change anything too much, I'll bring the volume down. I'll start working the mix bus, and I'll start making real detail decision making. But
I think that's the way.
It's super interesting because it's like almost the opposite of a lot of top-down, type mixers. They'll get they'll get like the mix bus like pumping and then kind of top down or whatever and mix into the mix bus, and you're the opposite. You're like,
that feels like handcuffs to me.
Right.
Like if you rely on the mix bus, then what if you got to turn shit up and the mix bus grabs too hard? Then what?
Welcome to mastering.
Repping the mastering.
No, I do mastering enough. I don't bill myself as a mastering engineer, but I get enough work.
I'm a fan of that. I think you need to listen at multiple levels. I like to probably start quiet, but for me, I like to turn it up loud because I need to feel the physical sensations.
Thank you so much for joining us, Ken. My man. It's a busy Namm. Ken's gonna boogie out. We're gonna wrap here in a second.
I just wanted being on a panel with you.
Before we wrap, I want to make sure I get everybody's DBSPL level. Ken, my man, thank you so much for joining us. Sir. My man, Faders of the Lost Art, OG Fader. But yeah, you keep going.
Saying that I think it's important to turn it up loud so that you can feel the sensation, because something might hurt your ear, and as a mastering engineer, I'm trying to get rid of those sensations that hurt. Like literally hurt, because people are going to want to turn that up.
There you go.
And when it doesn't hurt and they could turn it up, they're going to keep it there and they're going to enjoy it more.
Right.
So I have to turn it up at some point, but it's just to like feel, okay, what is hurting? And I find that frequency point, address it, and then I'm back.
Okay, give me DB levels.
70s-ish.
70s, and then what's your higher end of?
Probably 85, yeah.
85, okay, pretty conservative. What about you, Thunder?
Usually anywhere between 75 to 80, and then I have a reference system in my room that I'll just like full send 100.
Yeah.
I gotta hear it cranked. I gotta feel it.
Yeah, you gotta know like you want to know how your skin is shaking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to, mix to mix, A-B, like.
Yeah, it's not
feel your skin pumping, Yeah. So I agree heavily with that. What about you, Jade? What are your mixing levels?
Mixing levels, I try to just get it out of the crap.
But I mean, no, how loud are your speakers in the room? How loud do you usually mix?
Oh, I mix very quiet.
Very quiet. Okay, wow.
That's what's great about like the ACs. So there's like clarity in that one.
Yeah.
So when we're over, because I mix with Bob Porn, he's my mix partner. So when we're mixing in his room, that's great because I definitely mix at lower levels than him.
Right.
So we can turn it like almost all the way down.
Nice.
So if you look at like my monitor controller, like I probably only have like one or two like little bars. That's like how quiet all of that.
I'm like Bobby Chips. Boy, we like that. I started like I said, 85 is where I start.
Oh wow.
I won't I'll do the old take a break, come back, turn it as low as you can to just kind of hear a little, like almost every element, but as low as you possibly can, intelligently hear everything out, and do like a little mixed notes pass at that level or whatever. But as soon as I'm going, I need to feel it the whole time. I need to like everything. I need to feel like just everything throwing it at me. And if I'm not messing up the drive of the woofers, etc., at those levels, I'm clean. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's how
breaks are important.
You mix on 8Cs.
I do mix on 8Cs, so it's pretty easy for me to get to where I want to go. It's so accurate. But that's what I'm saying. And you can hear the dirt very easily on these speakers. So I'm blessed to have that opportunity to mix on amazing speakers. But it's something about when the cone is being like driven, right away if you're muddy or not. You know what I mean? When you're like full sending it, as opposed to like lower levels. But what about you, Maro?
So I mix on mostly on ATC 110s.
Okay.
With Neumann subs.
Nice.
So I have a huge array actually in the studio, and I switched to NS10s too for some time. But mostly I mix about 74, 75.
Okay, pretty.
I'm still very sensitive to sound. Throughout those years, I didn't develop that kind of a deafness.
Right.
But I mix quite low, and then I do 95% of the mix. I have my disco time, and I just crank it up, go for a coffee, and move around the room, and like do all the stuff that will deconcentrate me from the mix.
Yes.
So I'm looking for resonances. I'm looking how I feel in the room with full volume and not concentrated on sweet spot and on getting into that zone of being, anal about it.
Right.
Yeah.
One thing I learned, and I actually do sometimes when I remember, is go to the kitchen and listen to mix from the kitchen.
Go for
you guys
coffee.
do? Yeah. Do you
You got to
guys
live with it. You got to live with it.
right?
How's the user going to experience it?
Exactly. Do you guys have any other cool quirks like that to check your work?
I would say that my studio's upstairs in my house. I'll put it on. I'll go downstairs and just did something distract me while I was playing with my kid or making food or whatever. I could hear from down there. Maybe I'll address it up there. Maybe it was a problem. Maybe it wasn't. But it gives me a chance to experience it.
And you do it enough times in the same space, you know how it's shaking the ceiling or that one lamp or that one thing. It's just, and you just know oh, this one's not shaking as much as yesterday's record.
Yeah.
So.
Which may be appropriate. Maybe.
Right, exactly. And you use that to gauge in your genre in that record but you learn your house and all the little things, how the carpet or the wood shakes your feet and all that fun stuff. So it's not just, and that goes together with, how much you're pushing the speakers and stuff like that. So awesome, guys. Awesome. Amazing time. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This has been epic. These are some heavy hitters, guys. Definitely check them out. Definitely heed their advice. Got some real knowledge out here. Use it. Go make some amazing music. We'll be out here in Namm 2026. Faders of the Lost Art. We'll see you next time.
Don't forget to share, comment, like, and subscribe. And see you next time on Faders of the Lost Art.